Welcome back once again, all my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have another very easy keto recipe for you. And if you want a printable version of this recipe, you can check out my website at janet'sdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out new videos. And if you are a music lover, make sure you check out the link in the description to my other YouTube channel, Inspirational Songs with Janet. I posted another new song there, so make sure you check that out and subscribe there also. And remember, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 1 p.m. Pacific time, I go live on TikTok at Janet's Delicious Kitchen. So make sure you check me out there. And if you would like to help support this channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So while I do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Place 1 pound of lean ground beef in a large skillet over medium heat. Chop the beef into small pieces. Season the beef with a half teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of paprika. You can change or adjust the seasonings according to your personal taste. Stir the beef to combine with the seasonings. Then cook the beef, stirring frequently for about 5 to 7 minutes or until the beef is no longer pink. As the beef is cooking, continue to chop it into small pieces so you don't have any big hunks of beef in your sliders. While the beef is cooking, we're going to make a quick barbecue sauce. Now, of course, if you don't want to make your own barbecue sauce, you can use any barbecue sauce you want, but it is hard to find a keto version of barbecue sauce in the stores. So we're going to make a really quick one. It only takes 2 minutes to make this. So in a small bowl or a mason jar, combine 111 grams or around a half cup of tomato sauce, 42 grams or around 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, 15 milliliters or around 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 5 milliliters or around 1 teaspoon of the keto maple syrup of your choice. I'm using Lakanta's maple syrup, or if you don't want to buy pre-made, I'll leave a link in the description to my 5-minute keto maple syrup. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of maple extract. You can adjust this more or less depending on how much of a maple flavor you want in your barbecue sauce. If you don't want a maple flavor at all, you can leave it out completely. That's up to you. Add 15 milliliters or around 1 tablespoon of room temperature water. Whisk everything together until it's fully combined and smooth. Add 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/8 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/8 teaspoon of ground mustard, and a half teaspoon of paprika. If you want this to be a little bit of a sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, you can add a little bit of cayenne pepper. I'm not real big into spicy, so I'm just leaving mine as it is. Add 50 grams or around 1/4 cup of the brown sugar substitute of your choice. I'm using brown monk fruit sweetener. You can adjust this more or less depending on how sweet you want your barbecue sauce. I like my barbecue sauce a little bit on the sweet side, so you might want to start with just 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of sweetener and then adjust it according to your personal taste. Whisk everything together until it's fully combined and smooth. Make sure that the sweetener is completely dissolved so you have a smooth sauce. You can taste the barbecue sauce and adjust whatever seasonings or sweetness according to your taste. Cover the barbecue sauce in an airtight container and place it in the refrigerator until the meat is done cooking. Now, of course, you can make this barbecue sauce ahead of time. That is all up to you. It will keep in your refrigerator in an airtight container for up to a month. Also, just to give you a heads up, if you click on the link in the description to the written recipe and you click on the barbecue sauce recipe, you'll see that the ingredients amount is different, and that's because the recipe that is in the written description is the full barbecue sauce recipe. I only used about 1/4 of the barbecue sauce recipe for this particular slider recipe. Once your meat is done cooking, turn off the heat and drain off any excess fat. Now, I use extra lean ground beef, so I don't usually have a whole lot of fat left. And I like to leave just a tiny bit, maybe a tablespoon of the fat in there, just to give the meat mixture a little bit more flavor. Stir in 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Remove your barbecue sauce from the refrigerator. Measure out 30 grams or around 2 tablespoons of the barbecue sauce. Then stir the barbecue sauce into the beef until it's fully combined and the beef is coated with the barbecue sauce. You can adjust the amount of barbecue sauce more or less according to how much barbecue sauce you want in your sliders. Then set your beef aside for just a minute. Line a small baking sheet with some parchment paper or a silicone baking mat. Slice 9 keto rolls in half to create tops and bottoms for your rolls. Now you can use any keto rolls or keto buns of your choice. I'll be posting my keto slider rolls within the next couple days, so I'll post the ones that I've used in this particular recipe. Place the bottom portion of whatever rolls that you're using side by side on your prepared baking sheet. Top the bottom portions of the rolls with some sliced cheese. I'm using Colby cheese. You can use any cheese you want. Make sure that when you're lining the cheese slices that you just slightly overlap the edges of each one of the cheese slices. This is going to help keep your sliders together because ideally when you cook sliders, you want them kind of almost connected while they're cooking. Spread the beef mixture evenly over the sliced cheese. Now, of course, if you don't want to use the barbecue slider filling, you can use any filling you want in these sliders. That's all up to you. Top the beef mixture with a light layer of shredded cheese. And again, I'm using Colby cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. And then if you want to add any extra toppings, you can add some extra toppings. I'm just adding some crispy onions. And a lot of times I'll add some cooked crumbled bacon. It's up to you if you want any toppings on it. If you want to, you can top the filling with a little bit more barbecue sauce. The amount of barbecue sauce is all up to you. I like mine to be wet from the barbecue sauce, but not soggy. You don't want your sliders to be soggy. And as I mentioned before, if you do have any leftovers of the barbecue sauce, just store it in an airtight container in your refrigerator for up to 1 month. If you do store the barbecue sauce, make sure that every day you use a fork and just stir it a bit so the sweetener doesn't start separating. Once you have the bottom portions of your sliders all covered with the cheese and the filling, then place the tops of the rolls on top of the slider filling. Melt 1 tablespoon of butter. Brush the tops of the sliders with the melted butter. Sprinkle some sesame seeds over the melted butter. This is optional. You don't have to do this. I just like the way it looks with a little bit of sesame seeds on top. Place the sliders in your preheated oven. Bake at 350 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes or until the cheese is melted and the sliders are heated through. Once the sliders are done baking, remove them from the oven. Allow them to cool in the pan for about 3 to 5 minutes so you don't burn yourself. After about 3 to 5 minutes, remove the sliders from the pan. Separate the sliders and place them on the serving plate of your choice. You can serve these warm as appetizers or you can serve these with the side dishes of your choice for a full meal. If you do have any leftovers, you can store them in an airtight container in your refrigerator for up to 3 days. Then eat and enjoy. And that's a recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to hear more recipes like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.